Hey folks, welcome to Girl Talk. As you can see, we are filming here in the fantastic Bella Domicile, one of our favorite spots. We just love coming here.
Yep, we're in the showroom here, and they have kitchens, they have baths, they even have that wine room.
The wine room that everyone needs in their home. You you don't know it till you see it, and then you realize what's been missing from your life.
Absolutely.
So that's a great spot. So come see the wine room. But we have a fabulous show for you. As you can see, Janet and I are here as always, and Elise is going to be with us a little bit later in the show. You may notice that Kirsten isn't here. We're starting season 2. So just our first couple episodes into season 2, and Miss Kirsten has gone on to become a famous real estate news guest. She's going to be spending lots of time on our real estate news. So
That's her thing.
it's her thing.
it's her thing.
She's amazing with
She's
real
the best.
estate. We're going to miss her terribly, but we're going to see plenty of her, and I'm excited for that. But the good news is that we have Miss Lauren joining us. Full-time, permanent Girl Talk host.
you.
Yeah, so excited to have you.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here, and thank you, Kirsten, for the opportunity. And I have some very tall shoes to fill. You're a
Yeah,
Girl
no
Talk, literally
kidding.
and figuratively.
Yeah,
so,
you sure do.
But
Well,
I'm pleased to be here.
We can't wait. We're so excited to have you.
Thank you, ladies.
And also joining us today is Miss Jennifer Braun, and Jennifer's joining us from Bliss Flow Yoga.
Yes,
Thank
that's
you for
right.
being with us.
Oh, I'm really happy to be here.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to talk about Bliss Flow Yoga. So let's start with that name. Where did you come up with that? What a cool name for a yoga studio.
Thanks. We think that yoga is really about finding your inner bliss. And so we are a vinyasa yoga studio. So there you go. So bliss and flow.
vinyasa
So really
class.
super.
Absolutely.
I love it. What a great, it just sounds like you hear that name and you're like, I need to be there. I need to be there. That's going to bring me exactly what I'm looking for out of a yoga practice. So, I mean, I know I'm personally a huge fan of yoga. I love it. I'm so happy to have you on today. I absolutely
Thanks.
love your studio. So let's talk to the viewers a little bit about what are the 3 biggest reasons somebody should start a yoga practice?
Well, if you're looking to increase your strength, your flexibility, your inner peace, yoga's for you.
Yes, please.
I'll take 3.
Right. Who isn't looking for that?
Right.
Absolutely.
So I think, who isn't looking for that kind of thing? And I'm sure people are wondering, well, how soon can they start actually getting those results?
There's an interesting study that just came out that after your first 1-hour class, 68 gene expressions change. Isn't that amazing? 68.
Wow.
Yes. Hard to argue with that. We're species.
Right.
No kidding. So
What a neat thing. So let's talk a little bit about someone who, I don't do a lot of yoga. I know, Janet, you're a yoganista. I'm going to make up words all ending in "ista" today. But so for someone who's new, what are you looking for in terms of a studio? What kinds of things, as we're shopping around, should we think about?
I think it's really obvious, but the first thing you should look for is making sure that the studio is clean and it smells fresh. Sounds obvious, but it's really important.
Sure.
The second thing is to make sure that all the teachers are certified by the National Yoga Alliance. And then the last thing that I recommend is making sure that there's a variety of classes that work for you, beginner to advanced.
Good tips, all good tips. And I mean, just some of them kind of basic, yes, but important because it's all about the experience.
It is.
And so you want to go somewhere that feels good and feels fresh and is just a nice,
It has options.
has nice flow.
And you mentioned a beginner class, and I think that's important. If people do start off in a class that's maybe not quite right for them, their first experience won't be a good one. And
Right, exactly.
So, Jennifer, what are your favorite classes at Bliss Flow? What is your favorite yoga style to do?
I would have a hard time listing my
Sure, I can
absolute
imagine.
favorite, but so no instructors get jealous. But we've had 2 classes since the very beginning of Bliss Flow, which are my absolute favorite. Candlelight Flow, which are Tuesday and Thursday, so yoga, very chill, and all done by candlelight.
How cool is that?
How
And then-
relaxing.
It is totally relaxing. And then we have this very super fun Friday night happy hour. And that's a great class. It's just got good energy, and it's a healthy alternative to like a cocktail or maybe a cocktail after.
It's a way to relax and rejuvenate for the weekend.
Yes,
after your
absolutely.
stressful work week.
Absolutely.
I love
I
it.
can't wait. Well, I'm going to check it out. It sounds really fun. Make sure you go see Jennifer and team at Bliss Flow Yoga. And you'll have to stick around with us, Jennifer, and watch, because we are going to be talking to the folks at Bella Domicile later in the show. Going to kind of tease. We've got some great guests coming up next also. But Bella Domicile and Floor 360 is doing a really wonderful thing for a wonderful charity, and there's a lot going on.
Right?
We're going to have to tell you more, a little teaser. So make sure you stay tuned for more Girl Talk. It's all right here at Bella Domicile. Stick around.
Hi, and welcome back to Girl Talk. We're here with Laura Distant from the Ironstone Nest, which is in Sun Prairie.
Yes, ma'am.
And she is going to talk to us about all of the hidden gems at thrift stores, maybe on the side of the road that we can pick up. She's the lady that can whip them up for us, or teach us how.
That's
Teach us
right.
how to,
You bet. Yeah.
So this is so up my alley. All over my apartment, I have like these old, like I said, gems, but maybe I could do something more with them. So I find something that I absolutely must have.
Yes.
From a thrift store. What's my next step? What do I do?
The next step would be to find somebody or an expert or a store. Us, of course, we can help you, tell you what to do or what the next steps would be. But there are also other boutiques and other stores in the area. That's the best and first step, is to find someone that can help walk you through it.
Okay.
There's a lot of misinformation out there on YouTube or Pinterest or blogs. And I just had a customer in yesterday that wanted to redo her kitchen cabinets and read a blog post, and it led her down a path, and she ended up with really ugly kitchen cabinets. So then she came to us and said, what do I do now? And so I think the best thing to do is to start there first.
Yeah.
Find someone that you know, that you can rely on, someone you can talk to.
Skip
rather
making
than
the mistake.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Skip the internet if you can. So that's just exactly.
And talk with someone real? How convenient.
Yeah, right? Yes,
Real
you can
person.
come right to me, come to the counter, and I will help you.
Awesome.
Yep.
So you brought in an old window that was maybe a treasure you found?
Yes, it is.
And we were looking at it earlier, and so sort of along Elise's line, I
Right.
noticed that there's paint on this. Mm-hmm. And
This is a classic curbside find, but also very valuable. But the very first thing you're going to want to do is test it for lead paint. I had a customer come in last week too. She had a primitive cabinet in her father's shed, and she started sanding it and stripping it, and I was like, ooh, not a good idea.
Right.
So the very first thing you're going to want to do is get one of these. It's a 3M lead test kit. And it comes in a little tube just like this. It has a liquid in it. You shake it and then you squeeze it, see it comes out. And then this liquid comes out and you just rub it on the paint like that. And if it turns a certain color, then it is or it isn't. And that's the first thing to do, is to figure out if this is dangerous.
Make sure it's safe.
Right, you want to make sure that it's safe.
Sure.
People don't want to hear that. They're like, well, I just want to start.
But people don't think about that, so that's
It's
really
very important. Safety is extremely important. There's a reason why the government outlawed lead paint in 1978, so we should pay attention to that.
So those found items are great, but we
Right.
gotta make sure they're okay to work with.
this is so easy. I've actually used these before. They're inexpensive, they're easy to do, and really
so
important.
good. Look at you. I didn't even know that existed.
Neither
so
did
that's
I.
fun.
Yes,
So
you can get them at any hardware store.
Once we get it and we make sure it's lead free and we're able to clean it up, what? I would know what to do next.
Right. Well, then you're going to want to seal it. So if it is lead paint, you don't want to sand it, you don't want to paint it, you don't want to do anything to it. You just want to seal it with like a clear polyacrylic
Okay, so we can
top
still
coat.
work with it.
And then you can paint over it after
Okay.
that. Yes.
Great.
Yep, you can still work with it.
Good to know. Fantastic.
Okay, this is a thing that I actually have done. A dresser. I love dressers. I love big furniture. I've tried to redo them myself. It hasn't always gone
Your
great.
kindred spirits.
So I find one on the side of the road or at my Goodwill or whatever.
Yep.
Is it worth fixing?
Yes.
What can we change it into?
It absolutely is worth fixing. I brought a dresser here today that's right out in front. You can see on the left the old, what it looked like when it was brought in. And again, it was a curbside find.
Yeah.
just a little time and a little bit of effort and a little bit of guidance from an expert can turn it into what it is on the right. And you can put new knobs on it to dress it up even if you want to. You can choose your paint color. I could have painted the top too, but I wanted to show how amazing the top can look from
that's a
that
neat before and after.
Yeah.
to a completely refinished top.
What a stark
And the
difference.
character
That's right.
is so there.
It's
Yeah.
easy. It's not as difficult as you would think it is.
I would
Right.
never, you guys are so good. You said you've done things like this before, at least. I would never think to take something that looked like that and think I could save it.
Well, that's why I wanted to show it, because I want people to see. Most people would pass that.
Right.
And didn't you just find a piece on the side of the road?
I did.
She's hiding now.
Seriously, just yesterday.
Right, yeah.
So
That's so
Yep.
great.
you see the potential.
That's
Well,
right.
Really quick before we go, 'cause
Okay.
we're almost out of time. It
Oh
goes
my
so
gosh,
fast.
I
Just
know.
tell us really quick what's new at Ironstone Nest so we can come visit you out in Sun Prairie.
We have some amazing new workshops that are coming up. One of the workshops that we have are how to make these gorgeous paper flowers out of vintage book pages.
Oh, so cute.
Yeah.
So this is a
So
workshop.
I
beautiful.
love old books for decorating
So
with.
fun.
Yep.
Well, these guys are great. Make sure you go visit them out in Sun Prairie, Ironstone Nest. We're going to be back with more Girl Talk. Stick around.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Girl Talk. We are here at the always beautiful Bella Domicile, and we're going to catch up with them next. But first, we have Dr. Bailey Nye from All About Chiropractic. Welcome back. So good to see you.
Hi, guys.
Perfect. So I know last time you were on, we talked a little bit about inflammation and stress. So this week, let's delve a little deeper into that and talk about stress more. So first off, can we talk to the viewers again about what is stress and what are the two different kinds?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you guys remember last time when we initially talked about stress is basically a hormonal response for the body. It's meant to give you that ability to do that fight or flight response. So get you excited or
And that can be a
freeze.
good
Definitely needed sometimes.
But there's definitely two types of stress. There's eustress, which we also talked about, which is good stress, or that has a positive impact on how you feel or what you're doing, that excitement. And then there's also distress, which most of us know is stress, which is more of the negative aspects of that stressful response.
Sure.
Let's go to the next step then, the symptoms of stress.
Yeah,
Maybe
so-
the distress.
Yeah, absolutely. So there are a few factors of distress, but a lot of times when people are undergoing distress, there can be a lot of negative type symptoms. Headaches, fatigue, a lot of things that people deal with on a daily basis, and they might not even really realize that they're stressed. And I know, at least we kind of talked about that last time, where it's like, oh, well, I guess I didn't realize my increased heart rate, sweaty palms, or even sometimes digestive issues could be related to that stress response.
And when they go for such a long period of time, they soon become your new norm, and you don't
Exactly.
realize that they're actually symptoms
It's
of
so
the problem.
chronic. You just learn to live with that, and you don't realize, like, hey, I shouldn't have to deal with this on a daily basis.
So, doctor, what are the factors that attribute to our stress?
So primarily the three factors that attribute to distress are physical stress, emotional stress, and chemical stress. They're all lifestyle factors that can have that negative or positive effect on that distress.
Sure.
And then of course, I know we're going to talk about this, but as far as coping mechanisms go, there's a lot of really good things nowadays that we can do to manage that stress.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, of course, most importantly, what can we do? What are some ways to cope with the stress that we're dealing with?
Yeah, so like we talked about, there's three different kinds. So for the physical stress aspect, the best thing that you can do to release physical stress is physical activity. So actually getting outside, exercising, yoga, stretching, things that elongate your muscles, they help decrease that stress response and help the physiology internally inside your body.
We're going to be talking about that more today with some of our other guests, so that's perfect.
Yep, and then of course hands-on therapies. We also talked about this last time. Massage therapy, chiropractic therapy. People that get these type of therapies with physical stress are 70% less likely to be stressed.
Gosh, that makes me think of how babies need touch when
Absolutely. Definitely,
brand
yeah,
new.
that's a great
Even
great
animals too
comparison.
can benefit from that physical touch.
Definitely, that's great. And then we have chemical and emotional stress as well. Emotional stress, there's a lot of things you can do. Meditate, prayer, those are really big ones. Reading. A lot of times too, we also talked about making like a don't do list. Everybody has a to-do list.
Yeah.
So actually crossing off those things on your list that you shouldn't be doing on a daily basis. Taking
Some examples.
Sure. So this is something that I do in my
Yeah,
or I don't do anymore.
Firsthand experience.
Is just even something simple like maybe taking something out of your morning routine that might be taking excess time, like blow drying your hair, for example.
Sure. Just minimizing.
Yeah, minimizing some of those lifestyle activities.
No, that's really interesting because one thing I've been reading about a lot of really successful CEOs or business owners is that they try to minimize the amount of unimportant decisions that they make on a daily basis, which is why someone might wear a similar outfit or they have kind of a uniform that they wear even if they are the head of a company, just because it's one less thing that they need to stress about in the morning.
Absolutely.
And I think that kind of goes right along with it. Is just let's cut all that excess out so you can focus on and keep yourself healthy and stress-free for the important decisions in your life.
Got it.
Sure, routine and regimens can really, just like you said, take away some of those little tiny decisions that just add on and create more stress.
Yeah, it seems like you just need to take the time to do all these things, though. You get to take the time to stretch or do yoga or, have that time alone. And most importantly, how are these stressors affecting my health?
Exactly. And
So, yeah.
I think that, we can't wait to talk more about this too. I know we're almost out of time. There's so much to talk about. But absolutely, let's touch base on that more next time. And thank you so much for coming on, Dr. Bailey. We will be
Thanks
right
for having me.
Oh, absolutely. And we'll be right here on Girl Talk with Bella Domicile next. Stay tuned. Thank you.
Welcome back to Girl Talk. We're here at Bella Domicile in their showroom here on Nesbitt Road. And with us, you have seen this woman before. This is Dondi Zombat-Falvey. She's one of their lead designers. But we also have a special guest with us as well. This is Bob Toby, and he's from Flora 360, which is on Verona Road. Now, these two have teamed up to get involved in a charitable event that actually started as just a national contest and has turned into a movement across the country to help charities. You're going to want to listen in on this. Welcome and thank you for telling us about this project, which is called Design for a Difference. Bob, tell us about the project.
Well, like you said, it started as a national contest by a group called the International Design Guild, of which Flora 360 is a member. And people that didn't win the contest still wanted to do these makeovers for charities. And so we turned into a national movement, and right now we have over 20 locations around the country that are doing these design makeovers for a charity to make their spaces better.
That's amazing. I could see how someone would submit their charitable organization in hopes that they'd win and then still want to help them out even if they didn't win back when it was just one winner.
Correct.
Now you have lots of winners.
Yes.
Yeah. Dottie, clearly there are obvious reasons, but can you tell us how and why Bella Domicile decided to get involved?
Sure. I mean, part of our culture is giving back to the community, but I have to say the reason we got started was last year, Flora 360 had an event to kick off at their showroom, and Mark Burnett was there and talking about how we could get involved with the community and kind of pool the resources of a lot of different groups to kind of get things going. So I think it's not just us either. There's a whole team of people that have come together to make things work in Madison.
Yeah, I was looking at the website for this event and looking at all the different people that are contributing their time, their efforts, their expertise. So we're talking about the Madison area. Who's the charitable organization that's going to be benefiting from this?
Well, we sent out the process. We sent out applications and information packets to local community-based organizations, and we, after reading many heartfelt, great applications, one stood out with the Center for Families, and they have an area there called the Respite Center that helps children in crisis. It's actually a family center, but when families run into problems and the children need to be removed from the home for any variety of reasons, they have a place to come where it's comforting and they're taken care of and their parents know that the children are okay. So it's a great center with really good people, and please get on their website and learn more, both on the Design for a Difference website, there's some good videos, and on the Floor 360 website about the Center for Families.
Just hearing you talk about it actually is giving me goosebumps.
I know.
Yeah.
It's amazing. But what's really been exciting is it's not about Floor 360 or Bella Domicile. We really created a great team of people. I think we have over 15 interior designers or interior-based companies, and they've all, during the day, they might compete for business, but in this event, they're all just working together. We have Bella Domicile, we have California Closets, we have Dibdol's design group, and everyone is working together to make this space the best it can be for those children in need and for the staff that works there. It's really
absolutely
impressive.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
absolutely
very neat.
fantastic. Well, Bob, can you give us a little sneak peek? Tell us like what's going on thus far, what's been happening with the makeover?
Well, yeah, it's all pre-stuff. The actual makeover is going to happen the first week of October. But we've had many meetings between our teams. We have a master plan for the whole space. And there's just a lot of very neat stuff. We want to keep it kind of secret for the big unveiling party.
Understandable.
But if people know the work that Bella Domicile does, I think one of the highlights will be the brand new kitchen that they're going to be providing.
Oh no, I can imagine what that's going to be like. Pretty incredible.
So Donde, I've seen lots of your handiwork in the kitchens. What's the participation that Bella's been offering to this event?
Well, we're just part of a team, and different teams have been split up to work on different areas. We're doing the kitchen makeover. We've had an opportunity to meet with the folks that use the kitchen at the Respite Center to get their input, and then we've put together a few surprises for them. So basically, we're responsible for space planning the kitchen, getting the materials, and the installation
Now, I know
accomplished.
you're not supposed to give too much away, but if we wanted to see some of these surprises, or maybe just the before and after, because makeovers are so fun, and this one's very special. Is there a way we can see that?
Well, not quite yet. Mark Brunette's, the Hollywood designer, is going to be bringing in a Hollywood film crew and kind of doing a whole big reveal video. That will be, up at the end of the reveal. So right now, you can follow things by going to the website, which is for Design for a Difference, and following it there. I do want to say, I want to shout out for Angela at Floor 360, who's really putting the work in behind the scenes to get this done. And we have great participation from the designers, and we have all the plans and everything together, but we still need help. We need donations. We're going out to the community and getting a lot of the big things, the cabinets, a lot of the things that companies are contributing, but there's still a lot of things we need to purchase for the space. So on the website, there's a button there for donations. So if you could please hit that, it all goes through CrowdRise. All the money goes directly into Center for Families, and it's dispersed from there for the needs for this project. So please help.
And it's local.
Right.
It's staying
Yeah.
right here in Madison. Well, this is just a fantastic project, and it's so exciting to learn about it. And thank you for coming in and telling us about it.
Thank you.
Design for a Difference. Be sure to check out their website, see what they're up to, see if you can help out too. Thanks both of you for coming in today, and thanks to all of our guests today on Girl Talk, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on the CW57.